Welcome! In this video, I'm going to talk about the first 5 episodes of the series, Twisted Metal. A courier in a post-apocalyptic future delivers goods while fighting off bandits and madmen.
But he could never catch a ball. He could catch a bullet.
In the not-too-distant future, suddenly all electrical equipment stopped working, leading to the death of civilization. Survivors live in cities behind walls while the outside world is filled with bandits and murderers. Between the cities there are couriers, calling themselves milkmen, who deliver packages. One of them is John. He is pursued by marauders, but John easily breaks away from them. He gets to his destination, where he delivers the package and receives a new order to deliver medicine to New San Francisco. On the way, John fights off robbers, where he sees a girl without a middle finger. In the evening, he examines a burned photo of a family he remembers nothing about. Upon reaching the town, he is unexpectedly invited inside the town on behalf of the mayor. After protesting John, he is met by the mayor of the town, Raven. She invites John to dinner to show off the happy family and propose a deal. John must deliver a package from Chicago, a very dangerous place, but in return he will be allowed to live in the city. Remembering a family he can't remember, John agrees. As he leaves, he doesn't see that Raven has tricked him. Meanwhile, the New World cops, led by Agent Stone, catch the brother and sister robbers. He believes wholeheartedly in the law and gives them a choice: die both or one will sacrifice himself. The brother sacrifices himself and the surviving girl is branded. John visits a cartographer he knows and borrows a map of the route east. As he approaches Vegas, he nearly runs over the same girl. They point guns at each other, but then they hear an ice cream truck approaching with a crazy clown. They point their guns toward the van, but the guns are unloaded. While John was trying to load the guns, the girl steals the transport, but John manages to jump into the car. The car doesn't yield to the girl, so they switch places and drive off. The girl threatens the gun, but using the brake shows her the need for seatbelts. The clown catches up with our travelers. He invites them to his performance, but JNO refuses, opening fire. The clown also retaliates by giving them a burst of gunfire. To escape the chase, John breaks through the window of the hotel where they decide to hide. John repairs the car and suddenly Sweetooth's singing is heard nearby. The girl sticks a pen in the courier's back to use him as bait and get away. The girl throws a bottle in John's direction, drawing the clown's attention. A battle ensues and unexpectedly the big guy wins. For fun, the clown turns on some music that John also knows. This touched the maniac and he once again invites our hero, to which John gladly agrees. The sweet-toothed man tells about his past life, that he remembers everything from birth and about his best friend Paperbag. He also shows a prisoner in a huge aquarium, which turns out to be the hero's new friend. Sweetums wants to starve her to death. She shows John the car keys and he offers to free the prisoner, because then the audience will be twice as many, which suits Sweetums. Having changed his clothes, he begins his performance. The audience almost falls asleep from boredom. The clown asks John for his opinion and he says he liked it. The lie makes the big guy furious. Suddenly, the girl says the performance sucked and he can do better. The clown agrees with the opinion and decides he will tour the country. He thanks them for their honest feedback and lets them go, giving them an autographed drawing. Meanwhile, the local cannibals marinate the boys Mike and Stu. Suddenly, Stone's squad bursts in and cleans out the cannibals' lair. Having learned that the prisoners are scouts from the north, the cop gives them a choice: go back or join them. The boys immediately agree. During the ordeal, Stu hesitates to shoot the marauders, forcing Mike to shoot twice. Stone forgives the transgression, but recommends not to do it again. Later they go on duty at the roadblock, where John and his companion drive up. The girl recognizes Stone's subordinate and gets out of the car in anger, but gets a charge of electroshock, as does John, who came out next. They are taken inside the dam where the border office is located, to obtain a license. Inspecting the car, the cops find John's map showing Stone's roadblocks. Stone doesn't like it and tries to find out who drew the map, but John won't give up his friend, and the silent girl spits in the cop's face. Stone tells him to resort to more effective interrogation techniques. Torture includes filling out voluminous questionnaires to loud music, waterboarding, and eye tests. Even so, however, John won't give up his friend. They are then sentenced to the Red Line, after which they are led to the waiting room. When it is their turn, Stone's assistant instructs Stu to take the condemned away, which he reluctantly does. The Red Line ends at a door, beyond which is a huge chasm. They refuse to jump voluntarily. John realizes that Stu is not like his colleagues. He convinces Stu to let them go and run away with them. The fugitives go to a warehouse where the confiscated items are stored. While John and Stu are looking for the keys, the girl puts on her brother's jacket and taking a gun goes in search of Stone. In his office, she finds Stone's assistant and brutally massacres him. And then finds on the map the main headquarters, which is located in Topeka. Back in the garage, the girl helps the guys start the car. When they drive away, the trunk that opened knocks Stu out. Later, he is found by his coworkers, led by Mike. Quiet offers John to stop by on the way to Topeka, without specifying that she is looking for Stone. During the night, their car is overtaken by a box truck with trailers. Squeezed into a box, the trucks force John to board one of them, where a girl named Miranda is waiting for them, and the trucks are a pre-vehicular city connected by corridors. Miranda takes John and Quiet to the head of the convoy, Granny. She is sick and needs a courier to find the herbalist and bring her medicine. Granny entrusts this task to John, and in return will equip his car with weapons and other equipment, which suits John. In the afternoon, they find the herbalist's house. She treats them to a drink that turns out to be a paralyzing poison. The herbalist mistakes the guests for the preachers, a local gang of crazies. The courier manages to convince her that he is telling the truth, thanks to a note from Granny with a list of remedies. Returning back, they almost become victims of the gang, from which they hide in the building of an old movie theater. John turns on the movie, but because of broken speakers, they have to make up lines for the characters. In the morning, John decides to wash his and his companion's clothes, washing her brother's blood off her jacket, which angers Quiet, as it is her only memory. Back at the convoy, they learn that it is not medicine, but a drink to make it easier to retire. The residents say goodbye to Granny, whereupon her car is lowered onto the highway and blown up. Miranda equips John's car with guns and a rocket launcher on the roof. Reconciled, they continue their journey. They stop at an overturned car where they find drinks. After drinking, John suddenly passes out, for Quiet has poisoned the bottle with a plant she stole from the gardener. Leaving a note for John, she goes off in search of Stone. After sneaking into a patrol car, she enters a guarded suburb. After getting rid of the cops, Quiet drives around town looking for Stone and talking to her brother's ghost. Near Stone's statue, she is stopped and Quiet is forced to drive away, nearly hitting a cop. The perpetrator drives to the exit to get away. Stone makes contact, offering to meet and resolve the conflict one-on-one. Quiet arrives at the amusement park where a duel with rocket shots is unleashed. It ends with the girl's car overturned. Stone rushes at her to finish what he started. Suddenly, his car explodes from John's rocket. He rushes to the rescue and takes away his exhausted girlfriend. Sweetooth arrives at the dam. He doesn't have a pass, but has a new gig, which is to exterminate police officers. The massacre leads to the rescue of all the condemned. The rescued, including Stu, applaud Sweetooth. When the clown defends Stu once more, a friendship develops between them. Sweetooth likes the similarity in physique and the fact that their names start with the same letter. He offers Stu a ride with him. He thanks him by showing him on the map where the other police checkpoints are. Sweetooth will be able to continue his performances, freeing captives who will become loyal to him. This is the end of episode 5.